So we do run all 4 copies of the Roaring Moon here for that Vengeance Fletching. For the 2 Dark Energies, we can do 70 base damage and then 10 more damage for each Ancient card in our discard pile. And then we also do have the 1 copy of the double prize Roaring Moon EX here for that Frenzied Gouging. We can take an automatic knockout on your opponent's active Pokemon after taking 200 damage to ourselves. As well as we do have the Calamity Storm of 100 base damage and then an extra 120 more damage if we can discard a Stadium card in play. And then we also do run the 1 copy of the single prize Koraidon, mostly for that fighting type coverage. With that Unrelenting Onslaught, we can do 30 base damage, and if one of your other ancient Pokemon used a attack last turn, you can do an extra 150 more damage with this attack. And then lastly, for our draw engine, we just have a 4-4 line of the Dunsparce and the Dunsparce. For that runaway draw, we can shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards back into our deck and then draw 3 cards for doing so. And then moving on to the trainer cards, for our Stadium cards, we do have the 3 copies of Artisan, where once per turn, each player can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it onto their bench. And then for our Ace spec, we do have Neutralization Zone. We get to prevent all damage done to Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EXs and Vs.